Have you ever felt the weight of the world pressing down? A darkness that seems to cling to you, whispering temptations that promise fleeting pleasure but deliver only emptiness. Perhaps you've wrestled with the relentless pull of desire, a longing that feels both natural and deeply unsettling. What is this force that drives us, this yearning that can consume our thoughts and actions? Is it a wild beast to be caged, or a complex landscape to be explored with wisdom and compassion? As Christians, we often find ourselves caught in the crosscurrents of this internal battle, particularly when it comes to the struggle with lust. It's a common experience, a silent struggle that can leave us feeling isolated, ashamed, and trapped in a cycle of temptation, fleeting gratification, and crushing guilt. The initial spark of desire ignites, promising a moment of escape, a brief respite from the pressures of life. But the pleasure is often short-lived, a phantom whim that leaves us grasping at air. The aftermath is a heavy cloak of shame, a sense of failure, and the haunting feeling of being powerless to break free. We find ourselves back in the same place, the same cycle, the same darkness. But what if there was a different path? What if the crushing weight could be lifted? What if the cycle could be broken? There is hope, a promise of change, a possibility of victory. Faith offers a lifeline, a way to navigate the storm and find solid ground. A better life awaits, a life where the chains of lust are broken and freedom becomes a reality. But how do we truly break free? What does it really mean to find victory in this fight? What spiritual tools can we use to begin the journey to freedom? Let's explore the path to liberation, a journey that begins with understanding and acceptance and continues towards lasting transformation. The battle for purity isn't fought on a physical field, but within the very landscape of our mind, a territory where thoughts and desires clash. If this internal world is the true arena, then what are the weapons we choose to wield in this crucial fight? This question cuts to the heart of our struggle, a struggle that echoes throughout Christian philosophy, from the temptations of the desert to the constant call to renew our mind. We move from the general struggle to the specific and practical. This internal warfare demands strategic awareness. We must learn to identify our triggers, those specific websites, images, thoughts, or situations that ignite the flames of temptation. This recognition is the first line of defense, a crucial step toward reclaiming control. Yet, the path is rarely easy. The very act of identifying and avoiding these triggers presents a formidable challenge. Habits, deeply ingrained, resist change. The temptation to give in, to momentarily surrender to the allure of the forbidden, can be overwhelming, leaving us feeling lost and defeated in the face of the eternal chaos. But this isn't a battle we are meant to fight alone. Here we find the power of spiritual tools. Prayer, a direct line of communication with the divine, becomes a shield against the onslaught of temptation. Scripture reading, a source of wisdom and strength, illuminates the path and reminds us of the promises of grace. Seeking accountability, sharing our struggles with trusted individuals, provides support and encouragement, helping us to stay on course. Imagine someone, perhaps a friend or even yourself, starting to implement these strategies and experiencing a small victory. It might be resisting a tempting click or choosing a different thought in a moment of weakness. These small wins, though seemingly insignificant, are powerful indicators of progress, offering hope and encouragement, but is simply knowing what to do enough. How can we transform these spiritual tools into a consistent practice, a way of life? And what happens when inevitably we stumble? The human condition is one of imperfection, and the path to purity is not a straight line. The power of resilience, the ability to rise again after a fall, is the next crucial element we will explore, a testament to the enduring power of faith and the unwavering promise of forgiveness. Life, as we all know, is not a straight path. It's a winding road filled with unexpected turns, deep climbs, and inevitably, moments where we stumble and fall. The question isn't if we'll experience setbacks, but how will we respond? Is failure the end, a crushing blow that defines us? Or is it a stepping stone, a chance to learn, grow, and ultimately become stronger? This is where the heart of resilience lies, a concept deeply intertwined with the Christian faith. We are human, and as such, we are flawed. We make mistakes, we falter, and we sometimes find ourselves in the depths of despair, wrestling with the weight of our own shortcomings. The sting of a relapse, the crushing weight of feeling like we failed God and ourselves of self-doubt, the insidious whisper of the enemy, that voice that tells us we are not worthy, that we are beyond redemption, and that we should simply give up. It's a battle fought within, a struggle to reconcile our actions with our aspirations, a feeling of being adrift in a sea of our own making. But here, in the midst of this darkness, lies the promise of grace, a gift freely offered, a love that knows no bounds. God's love is not conditional. It is unwavering, steadfast, and always present, even when we feel furthest away. It is in this unwavering love that we find the strength to pick ourselves up, dust ourselves, and begin again. Think of the prodigal son who squandered his inheritance, wallowed in his mistakes, and yet was welcomed back with open arms. Think of Peter who denied Christ 3 times, yet was forgiven and became a pillar of the early church. This is the essence of forgiveness, both from God and from ourselves. It's about acknowledging our mistakes, seeking reconciliation, and learning from the experience. It's about finding the courage to get back up, to continue the fight, and to trust in the promise of a new day. Consider the story of someone who stumbled, perhaps struggling with addiction, a broken relationship, or personal failure. In their darkest hour, they turned to God, sought forgiveness, and found a renewed strength, a renewed purpose. They learned that the journey of faith is not about perfection, but about perseverance, about getting back up every time we fall. But forgiveness is only the beginning. A question that lingers, that perhaps gnaws at our very souls, is this. Forgiveness is essential, but what does it mean to truly believe in God's love? How does that belief transform our lives? How do we move beyond simply knowing about God's love to truly experiencing it, to letting it reshape our thoughts, our actions, and our very being? We will explore the transformative power of faith. Imagine for a moment the weight lifting, the chains falling away. We've journeyed through the darkness, the struggle, the relentless pull of lust. But does faith only promise escape from this torment? Or does it, in its profound wisdom, unlock a life overflowing with abundance? This is the question that echoes through the chambers of our hearts, a philosophical hook that invites us to consider the transformative power of surrender. As we turn from the shadows, a new dawn breaks, revealing the vibrant tapestry of blessings that await. The relationships once strained by secrecy and shame begin to heal, blossoming into deeper intimacy and trust. The internal turmoil subsides, replaced by a profound sense of peace that settles deeper than the soul. Energy once drained by the constant battle surges forth, empowering us to pursue our passions and fulfill our potential. And, perhaps most profoundly, a deeper connection with God emerges, a bond forged in vulnerability and strengthened by unwavering faith. This newfound connection illuminates our path, granting us a greater sense of purpose, a clarity of vision that guides our every step. Picture a life unburdened, a life where the whispers of temptation fade into the background, replaced by the resounding chorus of joy. This is not a mere fantasy. It is the promise of a life lived in accordance with God's grace. We see it in the stories of fellow Christians, those who have walked this path before us, those who have found solace and strength in their faith. We witness the restoration of marriages, once fractured by the corrosive effects of lust, now thriving in the sunshine of forgiveness and renewed commitment. We see families strengthened, bonds of love and support woven tighter than ever before. We see professional success blossom, not as a result of selfish ambition, but as a natural consequence of a life lived with integrity and purpose. And above all, we see a deeper sense of joy, the radiant happiness that transcends the trials and tribulations of the road. These are not just isolated incidents, but rather the hallmarks of a life surrendered to God, a life overflowing with the blessings of faith. But these incredible blessings are merely the beginning, the first ripples in a vast ocean of possibility. What does it truly mean to live a life fully surrendered to God? And how can we, in turn, extend a hand of compassion and guidance to others, helping them find the same freedom, the same abundance, the same unwavering peace? This is the next chapter of our journey, a call to explore the ripple effect of faith, the transformative power of shared experience, and the profound responsibility we have to help others find their way to the light. The journey towards freedom, especially freedom from the grip of lust, isn't meant to be walked alone. It's a path illuminated by faith, a faith that calls us to transform our personal victories into a beacon for others. This brings us to a crucial question. How do we translate the grace we've received into a force for good in the world? The answer, in many ways, lies in sharing our stories. Reflect on the transformative power of your faith, the moments of struggle and triumph, the whispers of doubt, and the resounding affirmation of God's love. Sharing these experiences, acknowledging the vulnerability inherent in opening our heart, can be a powerful act of encouragement. It's about finding the courage to speak your truth, to let others see that they are not alone in their battle. It's about reaching out, seeking support from the church community, support groups, or trusted friends' safe havens where judgment is replaced with understanding and empathy. We must acknowledge the fear that often accompanies vulnerability, the worry of being misunderstood or rejected. But remember, the very act of sharing, of allowing ourselves to be seen, is a testament to the strength we find in our faith. It's a step towards breaking the chains of isolation and building a community of support. The satisfaction comes in knowing that by sharing our stories, we offer hope to those who are struggling, reminding them that they too can find freedom. It's about offering a hand, a listening ear, a word of encouragement, and reminding them that they are loved and supported. Remember, the core message remains: freedom from lust is possible through faith in Jesus Christ. Take the next step. Find a website, a book, a support group, or simply offer a prayer. Embrace the light, seek the support, and continue on this journey towards wholeness, knowing that you are not alone. Let us walk in the sunlight of faith and connect with others in the name of God.